Hello there, this is Darth Rabbit 07 coming today with another quick review. Today's quick review, I just want to take a time out for a second. I had bumped into the childhood friend that got me introduced into Transformers all those years ago. Thank you again, Jamey Connor, for showing me how much cooler Optimus Prime was than Leader 1. Got me into the whole Transformers get, and that's when I went and bought Bumblebee and Brawn and the Ravage Rumble 2-pack there from Rose's all those years ago. Thanks to my Uncle George taking me to a 2-week early Christmas visit there. 'Tis the season, guys, but thank you again, Jamey, for getting me into the Transformers. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn this camera around and take a close look at another version of Optimus Prime. Already gotten a hold of MS-03-07 thanks to my good friend Jimmy over at The Good, the Bad, and the Awesome. I seen people with this, and I know there's several versions of it, so this was on sale Black Friday. Ordered it, and the next two trains that become the arms on Raiden, and I am so tickled to have this in my hands. Got the tech specs there on the back. There's that side, and the top of the box looks like that, and the bottom of the box. But you won't find this, like I said, on retail here in America. You can probably find it like other online shops, but I got this from MagicSquare.com. Excellent customer service, excellent shipping and handling, and I gotta say, guys, I'm so glad that Jimmy pushed me down the Magic Square rabbit hole. A lot of good experiences. Let's see if this is another good experience. Always, Magic Square stuff is always well packed. They got it protected there. You got his blaster, and that stuff's falling apart because it wasn't taped, but this is that masterpiece packaging, how it should be done. We got some instructions, extra head, and the trailer hitches for Masterpiece 10 and MP44, which I'll probably never own because I got this guy here, and I hear that he's a lot better than that one. We're going to get him out of the box, or out of the plastic. Here's a closer look at the set of instructions, but there's plenty of online videos that make this less daunting. But I mean, this guy's not supposed to be as hard as some other things. I did get the Light of Victory, which is the Legends class version of this guy last year. Here's a closer look at the card. It always comes in this nice plastic, nicely carded. I like that. Light of Peace. His stats, 1-for-1 with what came out in G1. This is a third-party figure. You do get that Energon axe from the first episode, More Than Meets the Eye, Part 1. You do get his pistol, and this thing is a little bit loose out of the box, but it is keyed. I might get a little bit of super glue and make that permanent there. You do get an alternate head, looking really, really magnificent. This is more like the MPT head that he has. This is the MP10 hitch, so like when you're in truck mode, if you have a MP10 trailer, you can hook that up. The trailer I will not have is the MP44. There's that hitch adapter for that. And the figure himself, looking absolutely magnificent on the turntable on this Christmas Eve 2025, and I keep shaking the table. I'm so excited to have this in hand. The paint work is exceptional there on the face. This is more like the G1 cartoon accurate head, but this is every bit the awesomest figure, even though I can't stand him up worth the hoot on the turntable there. But there's your side profile there, guys. The back profile cleans up so much better than the MP44, because I have watched a couple of those reviews, and the nightmare it is to transform MP44. Cleans up so nicely. A lot of, straight lines and whatnot, and to look at this thing, to see, it looks like more like a statue versus an actual transformer, but I assure you this thing does transform. You can open up his chest to reveal an absolutely brilliantly painted and worked up matrix chamber, and although that matrix is not accurately painted, it is an absolutely beautiful piece of art, like integrated in here. And all this, like I said, actually transforms, and I think that looks absolutely beautiful all there together. We're ready to go through and put him through his articulation paces here in a moment. We're going to go feet to head, guys, and with that, we're going to go down here, and he's got some toe tilt up due to like transformation, and this thing likes to fall apart just a little bit there. You get that much of a full 90 at the ankle rocker there. You do, and it shifts around and does how you see fit there. The only die cast is this stuff right here to help balance him when he's standing up there. He's got more than 90 there with the double at the knee. Love how clean the legs look going up through there. You can get the arms up into a full Mr. T there to get the full van damage, and these skirts do go up on the sides there, and I'm having a little bit of trouble. There we go. Now you get the full van damage, and that is really, really impressive stuff. Nice spread. And it's got a soft ratchet there too. And you got the rear that will go up just a little bit there. He doesn't really get much back ever, but he can go back that far. He can kick all the way up that way. And then you get to fiddle that around. That's more ratchets there. I love the ratchets. The more the merrier kind of thing. And so you get that straightened back out. There it goes. Then he's got a ab crunch that's pretty impressive. He can look back that far if you so desire. It does some mold breaking there, but the fact that he's got all that is really, really awesome. Then at the shoulders up here, on top of that, you do get a pretty impressive butterfly that you can do more posing with. And then you got that much in the elbow there, going down there. You do got, I love the way that they do the stuff to like keep stuff from being so gappy. You do get like a little bend there at the elbow there. I don't know if he's got any, does he got any in the, no, he does not got any up there in the upper bicep, but these things, they move back and forth due to transformation. And then, so that goes back and it's on soft ratchets all the way around at the arm there. And then the wrist can go all the way around. And that's when you get into these awesome fingers and stuff. They got the little hinges and pins there. 2 points articulation. Nope, one point there at the digits there and the other point there. Makes out for some impressive stuff. I don't know what that was. Something just backfired, I guess. The thumb can do a little bit of wiggle waggle there, as you can see. You got the thumb up there that way. You can get it back down at the side so you can hold his blaster in hand. He's got a slot there. Go ahead and do this real quick. Showing that grip hand there. That is just something else we wanted to do back in the day. And now we've had some masterpieces that kind of hit and miss, and then this just absolutely nails the nail on the head kind of thing and looks awesome. We're going to go over here to the other arm, show off how to put the axe on his arm, and you got to get the fingers balled up inside the ball and then add the top piece on to imitate that imitating box art, imitating life pose that I like to do there, guys. That is just phenomenal, and he can bust some other really, really awesome sequences. The head can go all the way around there as you see fit. Look up that far, look down so far, and just really, really freaking cool, guys. Just awesome. One very heroic looking robot, iconic to all of us that grew up in G1, and he's going to hit this thing right here. I always do this, but very, very phenomenal as I do a little spin around the block there, showing off how cool he looks. This guy actually does transform. Going to do a few more poses, and then we're going to get him over in the truck mode and take a look, and then get it in some final thoughts, guys. Superhero landing pose. Punching. Just flipping cool. Some Spider-Man flip action going on there. Pretend holding the matrix of leadership up as I try to get my V8 straight today. But yeah, that's really, really freaking cool too. Striking that pose like Badassatron. Telling Megatron to come on and bring it. Incredible high kicking pose. Running pose. And that MP10 head, just, I don't know, there's something about it. I just think I like the other one better, but I love that we got the option to be able to swap that out. I'm going to put the other, well, it's actually what it looks like on the box too. That's insane. I just think it looks better with the old school head like this. I just think that looks legendary just the way it is. To me, you don't need to do the head swap, but options are good, guys. So they got to do that legendary thing where he goes Autobots, transform and roll out. Let's get him into this truck mode. Draw me like your French girls, Jack. Here's Optimus with his truck mode looking flipping fantastic, guys. I'm gonna go around, let you see that Autobot symbol there. He's got rubber wheels, they roll, they're pinned in. this folds up and cleans up so much better than the Legends version. I remember that the legs kind of felt like a nightmare, and they got it's like with every masterpiece from the Legends, they make their mistakes in the Legends, and then they perfect it into these. And I had to do a little bit of sanding in order to get these two little tabs to tab in right here in between the legs to the feet there. But he rolls pretty good there on the turntable with those rubber wheels pinned in. I just love the way this looks. There's a dovetail there and some other locking points back here, and the instructions clearly show that to you. Or you can watch MGO or several other YouTube reviewers go through any of the versions of the MS-02 and see what I'm talking about. It's really nice how this just comes in and sinks into the stuff, and it just folds, it magically folds up in there together, but hence the thing Magic Square. And then if I got the hitch on for the MP10 trailer, because I do got that, I'm gonna get that and show that off here in just a second. Bear with me. The absolute and realest money shot of the night is just having the MP10 trailer connected to the Magic Square, looking fantastic. I mean, you still got all that articulation with the truck cab. It rolls like a champ. I just love this. This is awesome, man. This is a really, like, one of my favorite masterpiece Optimuses, hands down. And for a little quick little travel back in time here, just to show you where this is where we are now and where we were back all those years ago. I got this guy in summer of 2024, shortly after my gallbladder removal, and that's the C01. That's the anime cab with the C02 toy version trailer, and where we were all those years ago with the Optimus with smokestacks. The only difference between that Optimus and this Optimus is this guy articulates and has an actual matrix of leadership in his chest. Really, really freaking cool. Really, really freaking awesome. And like I said, I just want to say thanks to my good buddy Jamey back in the day for getting me into this thing called Transformers versus GoBots, because I thought Leader 1 and Psykill were the stuff, but then he introduced me to Optimus and Megatron, and Optimus was one of the very first ones that looked similar to this, but this looks way better because it actually has the hands hiding inside of the cab. There's no extra pieces. We actually have a real matrix of leadership where there's no diaclone drivers in that old symbol, but I love these guys so much better. But some people put the symbol like this over here on this, and I prefer that one much better. This is actually a beveled out version of it, and the MP10 is from like 2010, back when I got it, and then before that there was the MP01, and that thing is ginormous, full of die-cast. The only die-cast in this guy is in his feet in order to give that weight to help him stand up better. But this guy folds up so much cleaner than MP44, and is the way people like to go. I think this is an improvement on the MP10, period, hands down. I still love my MP10, but this one actually tabs in together and does all the stuff and things, has the chrome bits and what have you, and I absolutely love the way that front of the trailer looks there. And that's about going to do it, guys. Some final thoughts. If you have not got into Magic Square and you don't want to fiddle with the little guys, these bigger versions are the stuff. Now we're going to need to see not more versions of Optimus, because I think they got the Dead Universe, they got the Nemesis, they got the Ultra Magnus, all the white, the black, and the Shattered Glass. They got all those things, and they even got this newest rendition where the headlights are different than the original. Like, so the MP10 and the MP44 go with that original setup, but Magic Square really did crush it with this thing right here. And with all that said and done, I highly recommend the Light of Peace. And I don't know if they had actually a trailer, and that's why they added the adapters like they did, but I just love the way this looks. This will be how this displays on my shelf. What little bit of time that it'll stay in the truck mode, because that robot mode looks fantastic, guys. Thanks again for watching my channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. And like I said, Jamey Connor, thank you again for all those years ago getting me into the Transformers. It was nice to bump into you on this Christmas Eve and see your mom again. And I'm glad you guys are doing well. And it's just, like, after all this time, it's so good to see. He was one of my first friends back in the day, and when I went to Woodfin, and I really am grateful for those little friendships and those relationships made back then. To be able to see each other all these days and reflect upon it was just really, really nice. Thanks again, guys, for your time, your patience. I wish y'all a very, very Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas Eve today, and this should be posted sometime over the Christmas holiday. Thanks again for watching. Y'all have a great week. Till all are one, all.